Hey, this is Chris. Our latest project was getting this fence all up to about 7 feet. As you can see, it's been done. We utilized some conduit. Bought that at Lowe's, $2.60 a piece, to extend the height of the fence a little bit. Used two rows, excuse me, of 2x4 welded wire fencing. We got that at Tractor Supply. And I didn't have, as you can see, maybe on the back side of the fence you can see I don't have a conduit, but that was because I used some shorter fence at the bottom and some taller fence on the top, and so it kind of worked out that it had enough support to stay upright. But as I got back to that conduit, piece of conduit right there, I had two pieces of, looks like I had a piece of 4 foot wide and a piece of 3 foot wide, and of course they didn't overlap at all, and so there was no support. So I needed something going back into that corner, and so you know, this is what we came up with. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's not intended to be permanent. This is just for something maybe for the next couple of years. The fence is now 7 feet tall all the way around, which should keep out all the deer. I mean, if a deer really wants in there, it's going to get in there. Because we did have a deer get inside the garden. Let me see, I think that was 3 years ago was the last time we had it's been 2 full years since we had a garden. So 3 years ago, a deer did get in. But that was because this nearest section of the fence wasn't built up. It was only 4 feet high, and the deer was able to clear that. But then, kind of like a fly in a window, it didn't know how to get back out. And so it actually crashed through the fence. If you look, maybe you can see it to the right of the ladder. You can see how the fence is all distorted. That's where the deer got out. It managed to break through a seam there in the fence, and it did actually get out. So yeah, if a deer really wants to get in this thing, it's going to get in. But most deer, if they see this kind of barrier in front of them and it's that high, they're not going to try to even get through it. So looks like I need to raise that corner a little bit. I got off a row. Oh well, there are worse things that can happen in life. And so here we are. We'll do another video on the garden. We don't have much in there because we were pressed for time this spring and we didn't get much in there. We did get 4 tomato plants, 2 pepper plants, and 5 cucumbers and a basil. So that's what we've got so far. Oh, look at that. There's a hummingbird. Oh, wow. Yeah, we have a hummingbird feeder in, so, oh, that was cool. That was really cool. Yeah, we have a hummingbird feeder near the porch. It's inside the fence, so the cats don't roam around in there, so it's safe to, that was really neat. I hope you could see that. Anyway, looks like we got some weeds coming up tomorrow. I'll go through with my hoe and knock down the weeds. We are doing the back to Eden method, which means we are simply taking the ground that's there and covering it with mulch. You can probably tell, well, maybe not. This area right here, it's brown and it looks like it's really good soil. This was a big, huge pile of shredded tree trunks and whatnot and limbs and whatnot we got from Duke Energy Progress a year and a half ago, excuse me. We have another pile over there that I haven't quite spread out yet. So it sat here, and you can see from the color of it, it was already starting to make good soil. So we took this entire pile, I took this entire pile, excuse me, and put it in the garden. It's about 6 inches thick. So I'm going to be calling them again soon to get another load or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So things are really coming along. It's you know, it's June 11th or 12th, excuse me, and so we are a little bit behind on the garden. But you know, that's just kind of how it goes when you're busy doing other things. So We still have some space over here next to, you see the wire rolled up there, the wire mesh, and the, excuse me, the ladder that's all free to be planted in, so we're going to plant some stuff over there. And probably, you know, we're just going to see how it goes with this part of the garden, and we'll be planting some more things for the fall crop. And then next year we will really get into gear in this garden. So that's where we are so far. Just wanted to show you what we were doing with the fence, really, and how you can extend the fence up with some conduit. We just tied that off to the T-stakes there. And so, like I said, it's not the most sturdy thing in the world, but it will keep the deer out, I'm sure. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please do so in the comment section below. And like and subscribe. We enjoy it when you do, and we'll see you.